What's up, people? This is Nature Girl 30 here, and this is my video. That's going to be on something that I've always ranted about, that I have been ranting about for a while, for the past two Raws, and this is about the respect that they've had towards Paul Bearer's death. Now, I know a lot of people are like, look, quit griping, it's towards the storyline. I get it, okay? I get it. It's part of the storyline. But for crying out loud, can they at least pay respects to the guy, give him his own moments without having this I just feel like that they're just desecrating his, just not really respecting him at all, the fact that he passed away. They did the same thing with Owen Hart. They gave an entire segment, they pretty much dedicated an entire show towards Owen Hart when he passed away. They did they did the same thing when Ric Flair retired, and I know that's a completely different thing because Ric Flair is still alive. But I know that they had to do something to tie CM Punk in with The Undertaker, because let's face it, The Undertaker has always been a person to choose his opponents. I understand that. He's always been a person to either choose his opponents or be challenged. Now, if you actually do think of CM Punk, you really wouldn't think of CM Punk as a person that's good enough to actually go against The Undertaker. So I understand that they have to find some way to get some kind of heel heat for CM Punk. I get it, but I really do feel like they kind of crossed the line last night. Now, what I mean by that is when they actually had a segment, when The Undertaker finally came out and he had a segment to where he was actually talking, they had CM Punk on the Titantron with the urn that's supposed to be the ashes of Paul Bearer. I'm sorry. It just was completely tasteless and disrespectful to me. Even during the Attitude Era, when they did the same thing when Triple H was pretending to have sex with a corpse, that was way over the top even then and way out of line. Just because it's a different era, it still means I don't agree with it, and I still don't agree with what they did with Paul Bearer. I felt that the first time that they actually announced his death, they gave him that moment. I think it was beautiful. I'm not saying they should have dedicated the entire show to him, but at least give him that opening segment alone without CM Punk involved in it. At least give him that respect with The Undertaker and Kane, seeing how that their debuts, that it was Paul Bearer that made them the icons that they are. Without Paul Bearer, you wouldn't even have noticed who they were or even have cared for that time. The Undertaker wouldn't be as an epic icon as he is now without Paul Bearer. The same thing with Kane. Kane would have been insignificant without Paul Bearer at his side. Paul Bearer should be respected as such. He should not be a part of a storyline with CM Punk is twiddling his ashes around and then dropping the urn like the man meant nothing. I'm sorry. That's insulting, and I just feel like it's not respecting the dead. I'm sorry. That's how I feel about it. And I know a lot of people out there like, oh, get a life. I don't care. That is how I feel. I feel like the WWE has crossed the line and should have found a better way to tie in CM Punk with The Undertaker, or at least not have it tied in at all. Just have him be the challenger. Did they have to put Paul Bearer in it? No. The fact is they already had a fatal four-way to where CM Punk won. We all knew that CM Punk was going to win. They did not have to add Paul Bearer in there, and they did not have to treat his ashes or pretend that was his ashes in the urn like that. It was disrespecting the dead. They shouldn't have even had a storyline with him tied in at all. All they could have had was maybe the fact that they just could have, that he should have started the whole best in the world gimmick, pumped himself up, saying he's better than The Undertaker, and go from there. Paul Bearer's ashes, or Paul Bearer himself, God rest his soul, should have not been in the storyline at all. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Leave a comment in the comment section below and send me a video response. I am still irate about what they have done with the respect of Paul Bearer, and I am hoping that they put him in the Hall of Fame this year. Just as they announced Booker T, deserving as he is, I am hoping that they have Paul Bearer in there as well, as the fact that they actually disrespected him by having this ridiculous storyline. But anyway, this is Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace out. Later.